If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 21 of the Valencia Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. We start with an extremely difficult game at home in difficult conditions as well against a side that we've been sat behind for a while now in the league. Atleti have had a game in hand on us as well for a few matches, so it would be fantastic if we could pick up a victory here, even just a draw to stay in touch with them, because if we lose and then they win their game in hand, that's a big ask to try and catch them. That'll give them a 7-point lead on us, so that is not the plan here. But whether we can achieve the original game plan of getting 3 points is remaining to be seen. But we're playing at the Mestalla. We are at home. We played them away from home already this season. I believe we got a draw. I think it was 1-1. I can't quite remember. Oscar was very influential in the last game we played against them. They're playing him out wide on the right-hand side again in this one. We actually picked them off there. They were looking for Oscar initially in that first move, but Rodrigo goes on a nice run here, cutting across from the left-hand side infield to Paco, round to Carlos Vela. If he only used his left foot with that particular shot, he could quite easily have whipped it into the corner and gotten his first goal in a Valencia set. Instead, he tried to poke at it with his right, his weaker foot, and it just didn't quite work. Never mind, Carlos, you've learnt your lesson. Maybe next time you'll go with your left foot. Oscar on the right-hand side again. Everything creative for them came through him. Headed clear. Thiago's chest dropped straight to Thiago, and he went and rattled the crossbar with Atleti's first proper chance of the game. Very good strike from the former Chelsea man. Unfortunately for him, not able to get it into the back of the net. Neither was our Thiago either. His shot was well saved by Jan Oblak. Very good goalkeeping at one end and lucky for us at the other with the ball coming back off the woodwork. But our Thiago made a mistake that led to their Thiago having a chance. Their Stefan Savic led to a mistake that led to our Thiago putting the ball in the back of the net. So we made a mistake. They almost scored. They make a defensive error. We do score. We punish them. Thiago makes it 1-0 to Valencia just before the half-hour mark. We're going to, again, give the ball away here. It's a really scrappy game. You'd have thought both sides at the top end of the table would have actually played better football than this, but clearly the weather playing a part, and neither side able to be too comfortable on the ball, both perhaps nervous about giving away a goal, not wanting to lose. It's more of a just do not lose to your main opponents than a must-win game. Diego Alves clutching very nicely there to stop that one going into the top left-hand corner. Very well played. Thank you very much, sir. Hopefully you can continue to do that for the remainder of the game. Oliver Torres is on the attack here, dancing into my box, lays it across to Jackson Martinez. It pops free. Oliver Torres again with a shot. This time Diego Alves makes a save. And then Oliver Torres takes out his frustrations on Andre Gomez. He completely wipes him out from behind, perhaps showing the hot-headedness and inexperience of youth, perhaps in that particular moment. Didn't really need to make any sort of challenge of the ilk, but did, and you can see he and Jackson Martinez telling the ref, you must have seen things wrong, you need to go to Specsavers, fam. But have a look at the replay, it's a clear chop from behind, he's nowhere near the ball, it's a definite red card, and Oliver Torres leaves his teammates in a bit of a pickle right now. They're down to 10 men and 1-0 down in the game as well. Actually, they kind of played better with 10 men than they did when they had 11. I don't know how that works, but they were definitely going to continue to come on the attack in this second half. They've already had one chance. See Felipe Luis just completely schooling Hugo Mayo. In the end, Mayo was able to actually defend quite well and make him or force him backwards. But Kranovita slides in on the pass, gets it to Koke. His ball into the middle finds Oscar, but his shot only finds the welcoming arms of Diego Alves. There's not long left in the game now. They've been pushing a lot of men forward. We're trying to catch them on the counter. Paco Alcaceri's in behind. Surely he's going to finish this. Just finesse it. No, he decided to power that in, but luckily for me, Danilo is there on the rebound to tuck it inside the near post. 2-0 the final scoreline against the 10 men of Atletico. That's a big win. You cannot underestimate how important that victory is for our overall league campaign. Making sure that Atleti didn't get away from us with their game in hand. And after one incredibly important game, we come into another. We scored 2 goals against Chelsea as well in the first leg of this particular tie at home. However, they scored 1 away goal as well, which could cause us a few problems depending on the scoreline here at Stamford Bridge. Rather typical Chelsea lineup, no new signings in there. Cesc at cam though with Ramirez and Matic holding. I always used Cesc holding and put Oscar in a cam, but obviously they don't have Oscar because he's at Atletico Madrid, so you can understand why they put Cesc at cam and then Ramirez and Matic holding. Ramirez is, well, kind of a box-to-box midfielder. He's not really defensive, he's not really attacking, he's just everything. So Matic will hold, Ramirez will box-to-box, and Cesc will try and be the creative force in that cam spot. We're starting our... well, not strongest starting lineup in fairness, because this game came shortly after the Atletico one. We do still have a few first-team players in there, like Rodrigo, who's putting this ball into the box, and Abubakar's header comes off the back of Matic's head to go out for a corner. You can see Danny Parejo about to take the corner here. Again, another one of our first teamers starting in this. Bailey, though, knocks it down to Enzo Perez. His shot is comfortably saved, though, by Thibaut Courtois. We stay at 0-0 for now. Now, I was wary of that away goal for Chelsea. They need just a 1-0 win here to go through on that away goal rule. Diego Costa whips it into the box. Fortunately, the defender got back there to put off Cesc Fabregas. Then Piatti gets caught on it. Matic whips it in, and, well, Diego flops at it like a dead fish and can't get anywhere near it, unfortunately for him. They are, though, going to work it back in for another chance. The passing here from Chelsea spectacular. Willian's no ball dribbling or off the ball dribbling works well. Azpilicueta gets a turn in. They just keep the ball moving. It's impossible to defend against a side when they play like this. They work it into Diego Costa. Fortunately for me, Diego Alves there with a very good save yet again. You cannot, again, underestimate how important he has been for us this season. Chelsea continuing to be on the attack, though, this time deeper into the second half on the hour mark. Fabregas' shot flashes past the near post. They can't get themselves that one goal that they need, that they're looking for, to give them progression through to the round of to the quarterfinals, sorry, from the round of 16 in the Champions League. Cesc Fabregas twisting and turning, trying to find a bit of space, gets to Diego Costa. His shot hits teammate Ramirez in the backside, and then Rambo reacts but can't swivel with the left-footed shot and get the ball into the back of the net to make it Chelsea 1, Valencia 0. So we still have the advantage right now. We are ahead on aggregate. Abubakar plays it through to Rafinha Alcantara, and he very kindly, for me, slots it into the back of the net to score his first goal in a Valencia shirt. And it couldn't be much more important, to be honest. Very important things happening today. Very important win over Atletico Madrid in the league, and then an extremely important first goal for Rafinha. Just passes it into the back, really. You can tell he's definitely left-footed, can't you, though? That was clearly the best opportunity for a right-footer to just power it into the corner, and he still steps across the ball and sweeps it home with his left. So clearly very one-footed, but fortunately for us, it went into the back of the net, and luckily for us at the other end, it didn't go into the back of the net. 2-1 is the only scoreline on the night. 2-1 to Chelsea, that is the only scoreline on the night that we can now go to extra time with. We have one away goal. They had one away goal, so that's cancelled out that, and they now need 2 goals to either, just to win on the night and to draw level on aggregate, and if they can get a third, then obviously they would go through on aggregate as a whole, but they weren't able to do anything. They couldn't get on the scoreline. We weren't able to extend our scoreline thanks to Piatti's shot there that was well saved by Courtois. So it was Rafinha's debut goal in a Valencia shirt that gives us the difference. We're through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Atleti are now behind us despite having a game in hand, so that really was such a big win. It never really dawned on me, even whilst editing the footage and having a look at the league table, just how important that win against Atletico Madrid actually was. We can build on it here as well if we can get a victory away from home, again in the pouring rain. Terrible conditions for today's episode against Levante. It's a local derby. They're the second side in the Valencia region, starting a full strength starting lineup almost, with Vezo and Rafinha rotated in, but Jose Guy, terrible initial first pass. Fortunately, he makes up for the mistake by working the ball back into Paco Alcacer. His shot, though, is very well saved by Ruben in between the sticks, diving down to his left-hand side. We stay 0-0 for now, but we need some wins. We are still, despite the victory against Atleti, not in the Champions League spots. Paco Alcacer in behind again. Can he finesse it into the back of the net? No. Off the post. Carlos Vela still looking for his first goal in a Valencia shirt. Not able to get it. Fires over the top of the bar. So still 0-0. Time for Levante to come forward then. Chemetra into Gilas. He gets it back to Chemetra, who then hits the post for our opposition. A lot of woodwork being hit by teams today. Thiago for Atleti hit the post in the first game. We've now hit the post in this one. Levante have hit the post in this one. Finally, can we get the ball in the back of the net? No. Another good save by Ruben. And then calmly, very calmly actually, very good composure from their backline there to just calmly pass it out from the back. They made a couple of changes. We made a triple change with 6 minutes to go. to try and make the difference, to try and force the issue and get the goal to give us the lead. Santi Mina on the ball, just come onto the pitch. A minute, 60 seconds he's been on there. Goes on a nice run, pulls it back. Paco Alcacer, 1-0 Valencia. Thank you very much, Santi. That is exactly the influence you were supposed to have off the bench. We're 1-0 up. And then we're in stoppage time. Gaia into Zakaria Bakali, the other substitute that came, or one of the other substitutes that came on, into Enzo Perez. One of the other substitutes that came on into Santi Mina, and he then makes it 2. He couldn't have made more of an impact off the bench, could he? An assist and a goal for Santi Mina in the last 5 minutes. We get a 2-0 victory away from home against Levante. Hugely, hugely important victories for us today against Atleti and Levante in the league to keep us in the Champions League spots in 4th. There is a game in hand for us on Real and Barca. There is a game on Sevilla and Barca, sorry. There is 2 games in hand for Real Madrid on those above us and a game in hand on us. And Atleti have a game in hand as well. So Atleti can go to 53. Real Madrid can go to 57 and then again up to 60. We win our game in hand. We go up to 57. So it's still just stupidly tight between the top 6 sides. I've never experienced this in a career, and there's only 8 games left for us, 7 for Sevilla and Barca, and 9 for Real Madrid. So I don't know who's going to win the league. I have absolutely no idea who's even going to finish in the top 4, let alone win the league. So we will find out over the next week or so. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. That's going to bring today's episode to a close. Feel free to follow all the links on screen to my social media. They're in the description down below, to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. and to Twitch, where I should be streaming later on tonight. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.